Hi all, so welcome to this channel, and in this session I'll discuss that how we can create a SQL UDF, or we can say UDTF, because we are going to create a table function here. So we are creating a table function on uh, a retrieve column details of a table in IBM IAS 400. So basically I will write a UDTF here which will retrieve the list of columns, its type, its length, and etc. other details, um, using that UDTF. So let me show you that which I just written. So here you can see I have used create function to create that user defined function. So the name of the function is column detail. Let me copy it. There are two input parameters to this function. First is the schema and second is the table name. So the schema is up to 10 length and it's varying 128 for table name, because table could have the long names as well. Now this function will return a table, and that table consists of some columns like the column name. This is column name, this is column number in the table, this is column type, this is length, and this is scale. So here I started this. So in my query, so this is a non-pipeline. As I would explain to you, this is a non-pipeline table function. We have two types of table function, that is pipeline and non-pipeline. You can watch my videos which are already uploaded on my channel about what is pipeline and what is non-pipeline. I created the examples over that. You can have an idea about that from the other videos. Now here this is a non-pipeline function. So basically I am returning all the table columns here from this select statement. So select name, column number, column type, length, scale from this qsys2.sys columns. So basically I'm returning the information from sys columns. So we have the table details, table column details in this catalog table. So from there we can get this. And here in where clause we are passing the database name as the schema, that is library, and in table name we are passing the table name which we are receiving as an input, and then we are returning the table which consists of these columns. So let me create this. So for creating this UDTF we use runsqlstm. UDF is the source file, library is easy class 1, and the source member is UDF11. So once it is created, so I'll do work object on that function. So you can see a service program object gets created for that, which is of attribute CLE. Just do the SPSRB PGM. So you can see the procedure is suffixed with _1. The same thing can be verified from the qsys2.sysfuncs catalog view, where I need to pass this function name here. So you can see the entry exists, which means that the function is created successfully, and this is the external name definition for this. So basically once we execute this, this will call the procedure this from this service program. So now next turn is to just execute this. So we have some tables. Select star from easy class 1 dot clpf3. Just take F4. So you can see these are the columns, this is the type, and this is the length. So once I select a star from this table, I get the data from that table, but I don't want to get the data, I want to get the column details here. So what I'll do, select a star from here I'll be using my table function which I just created, table, then bracket start, and then the table function bracket start. So this function accepts some parameters. So if it won't accept any parameters, it is like this, and this is the end of the table function. But it accepts some parameters, so I'll be giving those parameters like a schema, that is easy class 1 comma table. So let's say clpf3 for now, and just give it a alias name x. So you can see name, this is the column name, this is the column number, this is the column type, length and scaling. So I get all this information which I selected from qsys2.syscolumns using this table function. Now if I change this, let's say this, so we don't have that file, so we are not getting anything. Just check any other table. So let's check G star all. So let's see this table. Now you can get the details of that table as well. So this table function will give me the details of any table resides in a schema. So that becomes useful for us. Now we don't have to query this is columns, we just execute our table function and we pass just these two parameters, that is the table name and the schema, and we'll get all the column information out of that. So this way we can create a UDTF over the to retrieve the column details of a table. So that's all in this video. Thank you and have a nice time.